I will make sure to destroy a man who takes me home, and I will tell the family why I'm the most feared in the Snake Kingdom.
So I was thinking maybe we should order pizza tonight instead of cooking. What do you think?
Bro, can't you see that this girl you are sitting with is a snake girl? Brother, run! She wants to destroy you!
You won't marry her. Anna's voice trembled as she stepped into the sitting room. Emmanuel looked up from the couch, confused. What are you talking about? Anna pointed at Lucy with shaking hands. Can't you see it? She's not human. You will not marry her. You're my only sibling. Remember, we're orphans. I can't lose you too. Emmanuel frowned. Anna, have you lost your mind? She's right here. Lucy slowly turned her head toward Anna and smiled. It was soft, beautiful, perfect. But Anna's heart pounded harder because for a split second she didn't see a woman on that couch. She saw something long, dark, and coiled beside her brother, something that didn't belong in the world of humans. Emmanuel and Anna were once rich. Their parents owned a large electronics company. They lived in a beautiful house with marble floors and gardens full of flowers. Life was perfect. Until one rainy night in October, their parents were driving back from a business trip when a truck carrying heavy machinery lost control on the wet highway. By the time the ambulance arrived, it was too late. Both of them were gone. Emmanuel was 16, Anna was 12. At first, relatives came around pretending to care. Uncle Michael, Auntie Grace, Cousin Peter. They brought food. Spoke softly, made promises, but slowly the truth emerged. Documents were signed in offices the children were never invited to. The company was restructured and sold off. The house went on the market to settle debts that never existed before. Within 6 months, everything was gone. 2 orphaned children, alone in the world, are moved into a tiny apartment where the roof leaked and walls were thin enough to hear neighbors fighting. At night, Anna would cry into her pillow. Every time, Emmanuel would come sit beside her. I'm here, he would say. I won't leave you, I promise. Because they only had each other. At 18, Emmanuel took a job at Mr. Okoro's repair shop, a cramped, dark place filled with broken radios and cracked television screens. The pay was tiny, some days barely enough for food, but every evening when he came home covered in grease, Anna would be waiting at the door. Welcome back, big brother. They ate simple meals, bread and tea, rice with vegetable stew, sometimes just boiled yam with salt, but they ate together. One day, Anna had an idea. People throw away broken electronics. What if we fix them, make them look nice, and sell them? Emmanuel laughed. Who's going to buy old radios? But Anna was stubborn like their mother. She cleaned the radios until they shined, took pictures, posted them online. The first week, they sold one. Anna danced around the apartment. The next week, 3, then 10. Word spread. Years passed. They rented bigger spaces, hired workers, opened a second shop, then a third. The 2 orphans who once had nothing became successful again. Not overnight, not easily. But through hard work and a bond that couldn't be broken. They bought a new house, not as big as before, but warm and comfortable. Emmanuel was now 27. Anna was 23, newly married to David, a kind engineer from church. For the first time in years, Anna seemed truly happy. But Emmanuel still felt alone. He had built a business, taken care of his sister, kept his promise, but he'd never allowed himself to fall in love, until he met her. It started on a Monday morning in July. Emmanuel noticed a woman at the bus stop near their office. Her name was Lucy. She was impossibly beautiful, flawless skin, eyes like still water at night, hair that fell perfectly over her shoulders. But something was off. She stood there every single day, waiting. Rain or shine, she was never wet, never sweating, never checking her phone, just standing, perfectly still. One morning, curiosity won. "Excuse me," Emmanuel said. "Do you need help? I see you here every day." She turned. When their eyes met, time seemed to slow. She smiled. "I've been waiting." "For the bus?" "No." A pause. "For you." Emmanuel laughed nervously. It was strange, too forward. But he didn't walk away. He felt drawn to her like a moth to a flame. Over the next few weeks, they met every morning. Lucy told him she worked nearby, though never said where. She lived alone, had no family, no friends, no one. "I've been alone for a very long time," she said one afternoon, her voice carrying genuine sadness. Emmanuel understood loneliness. He opened up to her about his parents, about losing everything, about rebuilding. Lucy listened, really listened. She made him feel seen in a way he hadn't felt in years. One afternoon, he bought her lunch: jollof rice, plantain, and chicken. But Lucy didn't touch it. "Thank you, but I eat at night." Sensitive stomach. Strange, she never ate in front of him, not once, never drank water, never seemed hungry. And on the hottest days, when everyone else was sweating, Lucy looked perfectly comfortable. But love can make people ignore many things. That evening, Emmanuel came home with a smile Anna hadn't seen in years. "I met someone. Her name is Lucy." The name sent an unexplainable shiver down Anna's spine. "Where did you meet her?" "At the bus stop. She's always there." "Always?" Anna set down her spoon. "Every single day?" David looked up from his newspaper. "That's odd, don't you think?" Emmanuel laughed. "Maybe she likes me." "Just be careful," Anna said gently. But Emmanuel's smile faded. "You don't trust my judgment?" "It's not that. I just want you safe." That night, Anna couldn't shake her uneasiness. Then, around 11:30, James, the security guard, knocked. His face was pale. "Miss Anna, a woman in white was standing at our gate 20 minutes ago." Anna's heart tightened. What did she look like? Beautiful. Long black hair, white dress. But, he hesitated, she didn't move, just stared at the house, and she didn't blink. "I watched her for 5 minutes, not once." "Where is she now?" James swallowed. "I went to talk to her, but when I got there, she was gone, vanished." Anna didn't sleep that night. Something was coming. The next evening, Emmanuel burst through the door, beaming. "Anna, I want you to meet someone." Anna's stomach dropped. Then Lucy stepped inside. She was even more stunning in person. Tall, graceful, wearing the same white dress James described. Her movements were too smooth, like gliding instead of walking. "Hello, Anna," Lucy said, her voice like a lullaby. Your brother has told me so much about you." David extended his hand. "I'm David, Anna's husband." Lucy looked at his hand but didn't take it. "I don't shake hands. I hope you don't mind." As the evening progressed, Lucy was charming, polite, said all the right things. But Anna felt like she was watching a performance. Then, as Lucy walked past Anna toward the door, Anna saw it, a long dark shadow moving across the floor behind Lucy. Not a normal shadow, something that moved independently, like a tail. Anna blinked. It was gone. After Lucy left, Emmanuel asked hopefully, "So, what do you think?" Anna forced a smile. "She seems nice." But deep down, Anna knew something evil had entered their home. After Lucy became a regular presence, everything shifted. Anna started feeling exhausted all the time, a bone-deep fatigue that made simple tasks impossible. Her appetite disappeared. Food tasted like ash, and every night she dreamed of snakes, black serpents coiling around her bed, slithering up walls, wrapping around her throat. Then one morning in September, Anna discovered she was pregnant. When she told David, he lifted her off the ground. "We're going to be parents." That evening, they told Emmanuel. He hugged her so tight she couldn't breathe, tears streaming down his face. "This house will finally hear a child's laughter again." Even Lucy smiled when she heard. "Congratulations. A baby is such a blessing." But when Lucy said it, the words felt cold, empty. And Anna caught the way Lucy's eyes lingered on her stomach. Something hungry flickered in her gaze. Strange things began happening. Objects moved, doors opened by themselves. Anna's bedroom temperature would drop suddenly. She kept hearing whispers, soft, hissing voices from the walls. Then Lucy started visiting at night. The first time, Anna woke to find Lucy standing at the foot of her bed. Just standing there, perfectly still, watching. "Lucy, what are you doing here?" Lucy didn't answer. She just smiled, then turned and left. It happened every night after that. Anna tried to tell David, but he never saw her. She tried to tell Emmanuel, but he laughed it off. Lucy's at her apartment at night. You must be dreaming. But Anna knew better. One night, 3 months pregnant, Anna woke with stabbing pain in her stomach. The room was freezing, so cold she could see her breath. She tried to call David, but her voice wouldn't come. Something was pressing on her chest, stealing her air. Then she heard it. Hiss, she. The sound came from the corner. Anna turned her head slowly. A massive serpent coiled in the darkness, body thick as a man's arm, scales black and shimmering like oil, and its eyes, 2 glowing orbs fixed directly on her. Anna tried to scream. No sound came out. The serpent's tongue flicked out, tasting the air. Then it vanished. The cold lifted, the pressure released. "David!" Anna finally screamed. "David!" By morning, the pain was unbearable. David rushed her to the hospital. By noon, the doctor gave the devastating news. "I'm sorry. There's no heartbeat. You've had a miscarriage." Anna felt the world collapse. Emmanuel arrived within an hour, unable to speak. Lucy came too, standing at the foot of the bed with carefully arranged sympathy. "I'm so sorry for your loss." But when Anna looked into her eyes, she saw nothing. No genuine sadness, just emptiness, and something that looked almost like satisfaction. A week later, Pastor Gabriel visited, an old man with white hair who had known their parents for decades. Anna told him everything: the fatigue, the nightmares, the serpent, the night visits, the miscarriage. Pastor Gabriel was silent for a long moment. Then he spoke. "That woman is not human. Lucy carries a serpent spirit. I've seen this before. These entities attach themselves to men, drain their families, and take everything." Emmanuel laughed, but it sounded forced. "That's ridiculous." "Is it?" Pastor Gabriel asked calmly. "Have you ever seen her eat? Visited her home? Met her friends or family?" Emmanuel opened his mouth, but couldn't answer, because the answer to everything was no. "She's feeding on your sister's life force," Pastor Gabriel continued. "The baby died because Lucy willed it. She won't stop until Anna is destroyed. Then she'll turn to you." Before Emmanuel could respond, the front door creaked open. Lucy stood in the doorway. She hadn't knocked, hadn't been invited. She was just there. And from her eyes it was clear. She'd heard everything. That night Emmanuel couldn't sleep. Around 2 in the morning he heard it. Hiss. Faint at first, then louder, closer, coming from Lucy's room. Emmanuel crept toward her door, heart pounding. A long dark shadow slid beneath it, moving, twisting, alive. His hands trembled as he reached for the doorknob. Every instinct screamed to run, but he had to know. He pushed the door open. Lucy stood by the window, her back to him. But something was wrong. Her silhouette was distorted, arms too long, posture all wrong. Her skin was rippling like disturbed water. Scales appeared along her arms, black and green in the moonlight. Her legs twisted, bones cracking, merging into something thick and serpentine. A tail. Emmanuel's breath caught. "What? What are you?" Lucy turned slowly. Her face was still beautiful, but her eyes glowed bright yellow, reptilian, cold. She smiled cruelly. "You finally see me. I was hoping to keep this going longer." "What are you?" Emmanuel backed toward the door. Lucy's massive tail slithered across the floor with a scraping sound. "I am older than your grandparents, older than this town, and older than the roads you think of as permanent." "Why me?" Her eyes narrowed. "Because you were perfect, alone, vulnerable, desperate for love. Men like you are easy to manipulate, easy to drain. I was going to take your life slowly, make you love me so much you'd give me everything. Your money, your business, your soul. But your sister," her voice turned venomous, "she ruined everything. She could see what you couldn't." Lucy's body fully transformed, her tail thick as a tree trunk, upper body human-like but arms ending in claws, teeth sharp and numerous. "Now I'll have to take everything at once." The door burst open. Anna and Pastor Gabriel rushed in. Anna carried blessed oil. Pastor Gabriel held a Bible and wooden cross. "In the name of Jesus Christ," Pastor Gabriel's voice boomed, I command you to leave this house, Lucy shrieked, a sound unlike anything human, high-pitched, piercing, filled with rage. You cannot command me, old man. I was here long before your God. Pastor Gabriel stepped forward, cross held high. You have no power here. This family is covered by the blood of Jesus. You will leave. Anna poured blessed oil in a circle around Lucy. The moment it touched the floor, Lucy screamed. Smoke rose from where her tail touched it. No, she writhed in agony. No! Her scales began burning, turning from shimmering black to charred grey. She lunged toward Emmanuel, claws extended, but Pastor Gabriel stepped between them. You will not touch him. He pressed the cross toward her. Lucy recoiled as if struck. Her body convulsed, her tail lashed wildly, shattering a window. Lucy's eyes met Emmanuel's one last time, in them pure ancient hatred. This is not over, I will return. And when I do, her eyes locked onto Anna, you will pay for this. Pastor Gabriel prayed louder. The blessed oil flared with otherworldly light. Lucy's scream filled the house one final time, then, like smoke in wind, her body dissolved. Gone. The room fell silent. The air felt lighter, cleaner. Emmanuel stood frozen, staring at where Lucy had been. Anna touched his shoulder. Brother, it's over. Emmanuel turned, eyes filled with tears. I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. Anna hugged him tightly. You're alive. That's all that matters. Days later, Anna visited the doctor. His expression was somber. The damage from the miscarriage was severe. I'm sorry, Mrs. Anna. You won't be able to have children. The words settled into her chest like stones. She had known, but hearing it made it real. Final. When they told Emmanuel, his face crumpled. This is my fault. If I hadn't brought her... Stop. Anna took his hands. You didn't know. None of us did. Her voice wavered, but she continued. We've lost so much. Our parents, our childhood, my babies. But we still have each other, and as long as you're alive, I'm happy. They sat together, two orphans who had survived more than most could imagine. Somehow they were still standing. That night, Emmanuel sat alone in the living room. His mind replayed everything. Lucy's transformation, her words, her threats. This is not over. I will return. Then something caught his eye under the couch. He picked it up. A scale, small, shiny. Black with an iridescent sheen, still warm, as if just shed. Emmanuel's hands trembled. He dropped it. His heart pounded. The shadows seemed darker, the silence heavier, and somewhere, faint but unmistakable, hiss. Emmanuel closed his eyes, thinking of his sister, of David, of Pastor Gabriel. He wouldn't let fear win. Not again. But one truth was painfully clear. Some evils don't die. They just wait. And Lucy was patient, very patient. So what does this story teach us? First, trust your instincts. Anna felt something was wrong from the very first mention of Lucy's name. That gut feeling, that unexplainable unease, was her intuition screaming a warning. In real life, if something feels off about a person, even when you can't explain why, don't ignore it. Your subconscious often picks up on red flags before your conscious mind can process. Pay attention to red flags in new relationships, especially when someone seems too perfect or has a suspiciously vague background. Trust your gut instincts, even when you can't explain them logically. Don't let loneliness drive major life decisions. Build healthy friendships and community before you share this story. If you know someone who's rushing into a relationship with someone suspicious or who's being isolated by a new partner, share this story with them. Sometimes a parable can open eyes that direct confrontation cannot. Subscribe and stay aware. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss stories that could protect you. Comment. Have you ever had a gut feeling about someone that turned out to be right? Or have you ignored red flags you later regretted? Share your story. Your experience might save someone else. Stay safe, stay aware, and never ignore the warnings of those who truly love you. If you enjoyed this story and want more cautionary tales with deep lessons, subscribe now and join our community of aware, protected viewers who refuse to be victims.